Hello everyone and welcome to a speed build with VelvettB, and today we are building a little starter home and I think it's so pretty. This is actually one that I built for my personal legacy actually, so it's not one that you'll see on the channel, but I built this and then I was like, oh, you know what, I will record this and see how it turns out, and it turned out super cute. So here you go, you get to see a little bit of my personal legacy. And this is actually a limited pack build, so I only use the get together and base game packs on this. And the reason for that is this is built in Windenburg, and I just kind of felt like doing a limited pack challenge. And I just sort of noticed when I was editing that I need to go and fix a little bit of the roof. It's just not quite extended back far enough, the little one that is off to the left, so I'll fix that up before I put it up on the gallery. And this will be up on the gallery for you to download if you like. And VelvettB, VelvettB is, and with a B, is me on the gallery, so they're pretty straightforward and easy to find. So probably one of the hardest things about this build was actually trying to work out what the colors were going to be, because obviously I'm using the Windenburg kind of, well, I mean the get together stuff, and I wanted to use those on the walls, so it was just a matter of working out which ones I wanted to use, because you know a lot of the Windenburg homes have the, as you can see there, like the beams and that sort of thing going up them, because that's that kind of European style. And I really like that, but I didn't want to just do a whole home of that. And I think it actually looks better if it is in a two-story home, because I think you get to see the lines of the woodwork a little bit better. But I ended up doing something a little bit different for this build, using the stone and a little bit of wood as well, and I think it came out really nice. It ended up being like quite a nice balance, I think. And I ended up changing the more patterned front, I ended up changing the more patterned wall at the fronts because it just looked weird with the door that I chose, but I really like that get together door, and it has sort of like kind of a modern vibe to it, but yeah, it works really nicely with the style of house, so I was really happy to use it. It kind of reminds me a bit of the growing together doors that we got, except the growing together ones have like a bit more windows and it's more centered, but it's got the wood across it, which I really like. Then I had the fun of moving inside and trying to work out what I wanted to do on the wall inside, and decided to use the get together wood in the blue. So I thought that would be quite a nice sort of soft color that would work really lovely with the woods. And I'm just building the kitchen there, so you sort of come in the front door, and then you've got the kitchen on the right, and then the living area on the left. So that'll be a kitchen, and then there'll be a little dining nook. I mean, it is a starter home, so obviously limited in what I can put in there. I think I was actually thinking about this, right? So if like, you know, some of my starter homes, I really like the shells of them. They're just sort of limited by what you can do on the inside, obviously, because you've only got 20,000 or, you know, less than that. Oh my god, I fussed around with this for so long. I was trying to get it to work. It's like, I want this tea by this thing, and it's just not working. I didn't like it there by the sink, and it's just I fussed around with that for far too long. Yeah, anywho, so I was thinking whether or not I should actually get some of my starter homes that I've built, empty them out, and then like rebuild them with more stuff in them. And I'd try to stick with like the packs and stuff that I originally used, maybe. Or maybe I could just use any pack I wanted. I don't know. I'd all speculation that I was sort of thinking about as I was going along. It's like, you know, actually I'd quite like to build this house out properly with all of the things inside. I mean, I think that would be really nice. So I might do that in the future. What do you think? Should I do a build on this using the shell and actually making it more fancy, and maybe making it a 2-bedroom as well. I think that would be cool. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see what you have to say about it. So, I mean, as far as a starter home goes, I actually ended up putting some nice stuff in here. So you've got like a pretty decent bed, and you've got the shower bath combo, which is, you know, fairly expensive, like 825 simoleons or something like that. So, you know, I think my sim that is moving in here, she is a single female, and she is into the entertainer career, and she has a musical genius aspiration. So this is designed for her. So it is kind of like a starter home for a musical sim. So if you have a musical sim who needs a starter home, then this could be the thing for you. And I really like those couches that come with the get together pack. I think there's some nice swatches in there, and the blue actually with the dark wood ended up looking really nice. So I was like, oh, ka-ching, I'll have that, thank you very much. Well, not really ka-ching, because that's, you know, making money, and I was spending money, but you know what I'm saying. So here's the musical instruments going in there. I was considering putting that second chair in, but I was really low on cash, and I was like, I don't think I can afford this. And this is me going into debug, because I have spent pretty much all of my money, and I need some landscaping. So I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna have to go into debug. Debug saves the day yet again. So there's actually some quite nice stuff in the get together debug, so I was quite pleased with that. I was playing around with these flowers, but I ended up deleting these because they didn't really suit in the end. But I want to use them on a different build maybe. They were quite cool. So just flicking through what was there as far as landscaping options go to see what I could put in place here, and that would, you know, pretty the place up a little bit without spending any money, because I think it needed something on the outside. But yeah, as I said, I just ran out of money because I spent money on expensive beds and expensive bath showers. But I'd like my sim to be comfortable as well. So I just put in some pretty white flowers, so the daisies and some more daisies around the back, and then I used the hydrangeas in place of those sort of purpley plants, which I just didn't think suited. I was considering doing like a little fence thing around the edge, and I was like, nah, that looks silly, so changed my mind. So there's the hydrangeas going in there, and you see I prettied that up with like a little bit of the fountain, and just doing the terrain paint going in there, and I'll use the terrain paint for the pathways as well. And I'm just using the get together pathway that you get with the stone, because I often don't get to use it, so I thought I'm going to use it. And then I remembered that I hadn't done a rubbish bin, and I wanted to update the mailbox as well, and then I wanted a couple of chairs that would sit on the front, but those ended up being too expensive, so I went with some different chairs. And so just use the cheapest possible bin and change to a more modern mailbox in the colour palette of the house that I think suited really nicely. I wish I could have done more with the back porch, but I really couldn't. I did have a wee oh yeah, I was going to put a seat on the back porch, then I was like, oh no, hang on, I think I'd prefer having curtains in the bedroom over a seat out the back. So I ended up putting curtains in here instead, so that's where my money went. And I was considering putting a dresser in, but no, that dresser just didn't work with the room and the furnishing. I was just like, oh, that's not really worth it. So that is the house. Easy as that. So let's take a wee tour of what we did. You can see my sim there standing in the front, and I think I did alright for a starter house. I really like it, and I really do think I should go in and just do like a proper build with it as well. I think that would be really nice, and just extend it to a 2-bedroom and make it like a pretty little Windenburg family home. I think that would be a lovely idea. And as you can see, it's got a wonderful view, like amazing view. There's so much prettiness in this world. I really like it. So that is the house, and the wood and the stone. And then heading inside, so we've got the basics really in place. So we've got a nice kitchen, a coffee maker, and we've even got a dining table little area. So I mean, that's all stuff that can be extended. We've got the musical instruments there for the musical sim. We've got a TV, bookcase, couch. I mean, all the basics are there. We've got a pretty decent bed for a starter home bed, let's face it. And then moving through to our bathroom, which carrying sort of the grey blue sort of look through. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it when you guys watch, and it's nice to have you here. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!